Well, for nearly a decade, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has lived under the cloud of felony fraud charges. It's an ordeal which ended today in a Harris County courtroom. Fox 26 political reporter Greg Groogan watched it go down and is here to tell us what all unfolded. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Caroline. Over the past decade, this prosecution has triggered a mountain of news reporting and political chatter, only to result in a courthouse wrist slap and the writing of a six-figure check.
State of Texas versus Warren Kenneth Paxton Jr.
The Lone Star State's top cop strolled into a Harris County courtroom bearing the burden of 3 felony fraud charges which have lingered for 9 long years. But in a matter of minutes, the criminal allegations that he hawked securities without a license and without disclosing he was being paid were rapidly resolved, and the threat of conviction, disbarment, and removal from office all but lifted.
If the contract is violated, you understand, both sides understand, that this court will be setting a very speedy trial.
At the end of the day, it is not a plea bargain. He didn't plead. There is no admission of guilt. There will never be an admission of guilt because he's not guilty. But we're glad to have this behind us.
Instead, the Texas Attorney General agreed to a pretrial intervention contract, otherwise known as diversion, the terms of which include completion of 100 hours of community service, 15 hours of legal ethics training, and most significantly, the payment of at least $271,000 in restitution. Asked why his client Paxton was coughing up the cash if he did no wrong, Attorney Dan Cogdill offered a quick response.
A good question. One of the answers to that is cheaper than what you'd had to pay me if we went to trial.
Special prosecutors Brian Weiss and Jed Silverman said an intense review of the evidence and likely witness testimony convinced them restoring the financial losses suffered by Paxton's alleged victims outweighed rolling the dice with a jury.
Restitution, first and foremost, that was a game changer. Secondly, community service like any other defendant.
It is no small thing that the victims in this case are going to receive right around $300,000 in restitution from Ken Paxton. That is no small thing.
In a way, he's been on pretrial diversion for the last 9 years.
In a statement, Paxton appeared to agree, saying the past decade of stress related to these charges had taken a toll on both he and his family. In the studio, Greg Groogan, Fox 26 News.